That's not John. That water, please. No, this ain't gonna work. It's gonna work. All right, I shall make it work.
All right.
It will not work.
It's cool, man.
It shall work.
Khan. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, yo.
All praises to the Most High. All praise to Yahweh Shah, man. His brother Yazoo.
Brother Kenya.
Brother Yavri.
All right. So we're going to start off in Galatians 6.
All right. Galatians 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also reap.
That shall he also reap. So basically what we coming out today to bring out, it's the system that the Most High put in place. All right, both physically and spiritually. You get what I'm saying? We gotta understand that whatever we sow is what we're gonna reap. All right. And a lot of people have the intentions on what they're gonna reap or what you're gonna harvest, what you're gonna gather, which is the output, and not really an intentionality on the sowing and what you're putting in. All right. So yeah, we just gotta, pay close attention because it's an input output system that the Most High put in place. All right, spiritually. So they got things, sayings in the world. You get in what you get out what you put in. You put in, that's what you're gonna get out. Or you got cause and effect, or you got what do they say? What comes karma, what comes around goes around,
Comes around.
all that type of stuff. So we want to make sure that we're showing righteousness to our vessel. All right, because you gotta understand, our souls or our hearts, our vessel is likened unto, like soil, right? The word, like at Yahweh Shah, he had them that parable with the seeds falling from the falling to the ground. Some of them get plucked up by the birds or the devil, right? Some of it falls on stony ground, which is your hard, uncircumcised heart, or some of it is fertile soil,
Fertile.
which the seed can land and it can grow, it can get sprouted, it can get watered. It's a perfect, it's the perfect ground for fruits to come up out of it. You see what I'm saying? And you can bring out what you got now.
Gotcha. I got Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for it shall find it after many days.
Mhm.
So casting out your bread upon the waters, man, that means anything that you are consuming, man. Um, anything that you are consuming, just making sure that is reaping, man, that has good things to reap of, you know what I mean? So that you shall find it after many days, so that it shall offer you life. You know what I mean?
And let me go to this real quick. Got Proverbs 22. Let's go to Proverbs 22. Right? Right. So Proverbs 22 and 8. It says, "He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail." All right. So it says, "He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity." Shalom, shalom, brother Hezekiah.
Shalom.
Good seeing you, brother. Now we understand it says, "He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity." So basically, it's once again enforcing that principle of what you put in is what you're gonna get out. All right. If you sowing in good things and you taking in good things, then you're gonna get out good things. We gotta understand what our fruits are. What's the reflection of what we putting in, and that's kind of what the spirit had came down and put on. Basically, what's the manifestation of spirits? That's going to help us pertaining to wisdom, and how to read ourselves, how to read people around us, how to read what's going on around us. You got to see the fruits. All right. Yahweh Shah said, "You shall know them by their fruits." All right. So what you can tell what spirit a person is moving in and what they got going on in the soil of their heart by how they're moving, the things they're saying, what's going on around them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Keeping
why
good company, man. Just make sure that you keeping good company so that you can soak in the righteousness things of your company, you know what I mean?
True saying, bro.
That's why we always had to just be a good representation of the Most High, because other people are out here trying to get some type of truth. They've been seeking all the wrong directions of the truth. But when the Most High He sent His prophets to bring people to the truth, we had to be fully fulfilling what we was taught to do by the Most High. We had to have good fruits. We had to be loving. We had to show compassion. We had to show charity. We had to be walking in righteousness so others can see that and know Yahweh through us.
And all those things are the fruits, what? The fruits of the spirit. You get what I'm saying? So it's what you're sowing into your vessel that's gonna reap. What you're sowing into your spirit is what's gonna reap. All right. So if I'm taking in this word and I'm succumbing to the spirit of Yahweh Shah, I'm gonna reap the fruits of how he looked. You get what I'm saying? If he was moving in meekness and I'm studying Yahweh Shah, I'm praying through Yahweh Shah, I'm trying to come in his spirit. So what does that mean? I'm gonna eventually move like him. You get what I'm saying?
Becoming Yahweh Shai like.
Hmm. And that's a goal of people in the world. A lot of people want to be Christ-like, or some of the people in the spiritual community, they be saying Christ conscious and all that, right? So they be saying if you want to reach to that level, you have to put in also the work. All right, and it starts off by having the spirit. You gotta pray to the Father that you can receive the spirit. You know what I mean? Because the spirit is gonna guide you what into all truth. You get what I'm saying? And if you walking in the spirit of truth, you also gonna walk in righteousness. You see what I'm saying? But let me because the brother was saying how you move and influencing others, we can go to that real quick, right? All right, so that's Matthew 5 and 16. Come on. So you could start 14 going down, bro.
Uh, Matthew 5, and 14, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick.
Okay, so even that's not even the point yet, but understanding Yahweh Shah already told us that we are the light of the world. So that means we supposed to be moving as examples for others. Because as the light of the world, that means what? Because the scriptures already tell us that the world is moving in darkness. All right. So what are the examples of us shining light? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, showing people and teaching people things that they don't know. You get what I'm saying? And also showing the acts of love, showing the acts of righteousness, so that it could be that domino effect of good and not evil. See what I'm saying? So you keep going.
Let your let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Exactly. So it's run it back one more time.
Light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Kind. So we had to understand we're letting the light shine so that the Father would be um glorified. So you gotta understand when you come into the truth and you start speaking about God, you start speaking about Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, you're gonna be moving. First of all, you're a representation of God. Once you get into the truth, and especially when you start to speak it and profess to others, you are a representation of that. That's why, people, it said people will mock the prophets, where is the Lord your God? You get what I'm saying? Because we are representation of him. Even how I was just reading in Ezekiel, right? The Most High didn't punish us. He was very intentional about where and how he punished us so that his name wasn't polluted among the heathen. All right, because the Most High isn't that also a commandment? I believe the third commandment: don't take his name in vain. Right, we to the truth. We start putting Yah in our name. We start, posting Bible verses. But that's a way that it got to be lived out. You get what I'm saying? It has to be lived out so it can be reflected. You feel me?
So we can glorify our Father.
Con, con. And the brother said, you got Hezekiah said, absolutely. I know our Heavenly Father, truly proud of all of you. Keep sharing the word, brothers. Con.
God.
And God's chosen son, Shalom, bro. Shalom.
Shalom,
He said, hey, the homies live. Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
Good seeing y'all in here, man.
Huh?
So yeah, man. we're representatives, ambassadors for the kingdom. So how we move should be a reflection of the kingdom. Because even how you go into Chronicles, right, and it says we should be rehearsing the righteous acts. You get what I'm saying? So we should be doing things that's a representation of the kingdom. Because we understand, all right, for one example, it's not going to be no violence or destruction in the kingdom, right? No malice, no greed, no envy, no jealousy, no contention, right? So if we know that that's going to be going on in the kingdom, and it says that we're what translated into the kingdom, so we should be moving like kingdom right now. You see what I'm saying? We should be moving like we in the kingdom because what he already said, the kingdom is within you.
We building his kingdom on earth right now, so we have to show all the good fruits. We have to build spiritually, build this kingdom spiritually, so then the harvest will be great.
Con. And that's heavy too. You know, building the kingdom or establishing the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And really that's, some people say it's manifestation, right? But it's things coming to pass, it's spiritual things coming to pass physically. You get what I'm saying? Remember, it says the whole creation is waiting for the manifestation of the Son of God. You see what I'm saying? Why are we waiting for the manifestation? Because that's what's gonna turn the world right side up. You get what I'm saying? That's who was put in place to keep the world in order. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta move like that right now, right? And
That
all
goes
go ahead.
Yeah, that goes back to what we used to be talking about, how we had to already have them white garments on us. We had to purge out all the scarlet that's on our garments, So we had to properly represent so we can properly build this righteous pure kingdom. We had to get out of all the sins, all of our wicked ways, and we had to cast that far away from us, and we had to walk completely in righteousness because the kingdom is at hand.
Con,
Moving in a new heart, moving with humility. You know what I mean? Just moving as a correct representation, man.
con.
As a correct representation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then that's just what's moving me to say, like, you gotta watch what you letting in your gates, man. You gotta watch the seeds that are being planted. You don't want to listen to certain things. You don't want to watch certain things because all of that's doing is planting seeds upon you, and you're gonna act like that. Like, for instance, like I'm gonna just say, like, I was just talking about it with the brothers, like the music, right? For instance, if you listening to like us as men, if we listening to drill music all day, we talking about music about cracking heads and basically hating our brothers, right? Hating our brothers, killing our brothers, robbing our brothers, right? Being murderers, basically. How are we gonna move? How are we gonna act when we see our brothers? You see what I'm saying? If you got a brother that you don't know, because the scriptures, with the truth is gonna push you to treating him like a brother, treating him with love. Love your neighbor. You get what I'm saying? But the influence from the world, the prince of the air, is gonna have you to be moving in a spirit where you looking at him like an enemy.
And what's that's doing? That's all build his kingdom up. There's two sides of everything. You can either build the kingdom of Yahweh, or you can build the kingdom of Satan, which is that kingdom's coming to an end very fast, real soon. So you can
Yeah.
either you
Be
gotta choose what size, what kingdom you want to build up.
be ye not a hypocrite, man. Be ye not a hypocrite. You know what I mean? It's
Even
just
that, man. When you say hypocrite, that made me think of the scribes and Pharisees when Yahweh Shah was going at them, saying, "Oh, ye hypocrites," because they was focusing all on the outside. Let's pull that real quick. Let me see. Um, let's just say platter. I know he said the outside of the platter. You mean, because that's heavy. All right, Matthew 23. Let's go to that. Say, yes, brothers, I had to learn that the hard way. Everything is spiritual before physical, all planned out, and you are either influenced by the spirit or influenced by the serpent. Exactly. Exactly.
You gotta pick which side.
Exactly. So Matthew 23, can I see? Uh, I'm trying to see.
23.
It's verse 26.
Uh,
All right, come on. You want to bring it out,
or
bro?
25. This is Matthew 23 and 25. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within are full of extortion and excess.
Exactly. So what did he say? He said the scribes and the Pharisees, they're hypocrites. Why are they hypocrites? Because they make clean the outside of the cup. All right. Yeah, and we can that's manifest in a lot of different ways.
So before men, they wanna, you know what I mean, they wanna plead righteousness, but in the inner chambers of their household is a different story.
Perspective.
You know what I mean?
Kind. And even just to look at that, like,
Or even the way that they live.
kind
But what?
we grow up, all of us we grew up in Christian households, right? And not to down everybody who says they're a Christian, but we understand that a lot of it is a farce. And that's why a lot of people falling out of it because that Christian facade is falling away. You see what I'm saying? Like, all right, you will see the grandma, she going in, she got the church hat, the
Every
dapper
Sunday.
dress every Sunday. Got this flies clothes on, you know what I mean? But when they come in the house or when they're outside of the church, they could be some of the most nasty people, man. We all know people like that. Auntie, when they go to church and they holier than now.
Straight go get a 40 after church, man.
Word. You
That's
know what
that's
I mean?
bad, man.
And that just reflects their inside, what they really want to do. Church, when they put on all them gowns, that's just for the appearance. That's just to look good. But we have to actually be good from the inside and the way you walk and how you show righteousness.
And that's how we will be manifest. You get what I'm saying? Because you cannot hide your fruits, man. Remember, Yahushua said everything that's in darkness will come to light. You see what I'm saying? Everything that's hidden will be searched out and put on the forefront. You feel me? So us as individuals, we could try, and the scriptures also call it having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. You get what I'm saying? Having that form of godliness, you're boasting of wisdom or boasting of holiness, boasting of godliness, but the godliness starts on the inside. All right. And that's why, even it's talking about putting that scourge on your thoughts because it starts with your thoughts, man. It starts with your heart. It starts, and then these things form into actions. But you gotta understand that's where the spirit is attacking. Spirits, your mind is like that rover that is between the physical and the spiritual. You get what I'm saying? When the spirit sends you a download, or the spirit tells you to do something, which is Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah telling you to do something, where does it go? To your mind,
Mhm.
right? People say, "Oh, I thought this," or something told me this, or I heard a voice that said this. Right? That's the spirit
I
speaking to
felt
your
moved to say this, you know what I mean?
And
But even the back what he's saying about your mind or your temple, you know what I mean? This is 23 and 21. We're going a little bit up in the chapter. It says, and whoso shall swear by the temple sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. You know what I mean? So even by just saying that, man, your temple is something that needs to be sacred or a correct representation. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Once you swear by that temple, man, you are setting yourself apart directly to be worked on by the Most High. And when you are a hypocrite, you know what I mean? You're defiling that temple.
Con.
You defile that temple.
You understand? Like we had the actual spirit of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach within us, so we had to hold that to a very high regard. We can't be trying to do all this wickedness in the body, knowing we have such a great spirit within us. We can't corrupt that spirit. No, it's a great spirit. It's an unblemished spirit. So we can't try to blemish that spirit. We have to put it in good place. We have to do good things. We have to show good actions with that Holy Spirit within us.
You gotta cast out that old wine, man. You gotta cast out that old wine. Cause this is new bottles, man. These is new bottles that Yahweh is establishing through ordinance, through ordaining. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We have to
Um,
make it a righteous dwelling place for the Most High.
and that's what makes me like. That's what made me think about. Damn, what just slipped my mind, man. Oh yeah, saying the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Because the fear is not only in a sense of being afraid, but it's also a sense of reverence, respect unto the Most High and His ways and His righteousness. You get what I'm saying? That's where the contrite heart comes from. That's where you get Psalm 51, where David is saying, "My sin is ever before me," because we understand that our righteousness is as filthy rags, but we know who's clean.
But we know who can
We know
make it
who's
clean.
righteous. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta cling onto it and have respect unto it, right? That's why Paul was saying, "Know you not that you are the temple." you gotta dwell like if your body was a temple. That's why it's important to go into the old and dig and research and understand how the actual physical building of the temple was ran. Right? It's chambers. First of all, it was a holy place. If you was unclean, you couldn't enter the temple, right? If you was defiled in any type of way, you couldn't enter the temple. So we gotta treat it the same way. That's what I feel like that's what the Most High was saying in Wisdom of Solomon 1.
And even then, that goes back to earlier in the live, man. When we talking about what you're reaping. You know what I mean? That goes back to what you're reaping because yeah, this holy temple, man. When you reap the wrong things, that means you corrupt the temple.
Uh,
You're corrupting that temple.
I know y'all hear about the term manifestation and all that. Like if you thinking wrong things, if you taking in wrong things, that's what you're gonna put out. But you taking in the righteous things, you reading the words, you praying,
Yeah,
you doing everything
kind
to honor the
right.
Father, then you're gonna put out righteous things, godly things, you know?
Right. And then that's understanding like your output is what is being judged, because it's showing that it's a inner working that's being manifested in a certain way. Like even in Sirach, how it's saying speech, language, how we talk out of our mouth is just the interpretations of your heart. That's how you express what's actually inside. That's why Yahweh Shah could say that it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you, but what comes out. And he's also the one who said, "You shall know them by their fruits." Right? There's levels to the fruits. All right, fruits could, you being a branch and bringing people in the truth, that's a fruit, but your fruit is also your actions and what you're saying out of your mouth, because Yahweh always made it. He's very intentional about saying about what we say.
Your tongue and the
Your tongue,
power
the
of your
power of the tongue. Let's go into Proverbs 18 real quick just to bring that up. So woo, look at that, read 20 and 21, bro. You read? Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth,
Mm.
and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled.
All right, hold that right there, bro. Run that back one more time, because that's
Yep.
not even what we came for. But
20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be
a
filled.
man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. You get what I'm saying? So it's your words that are a reflection of fruit, and that's what's gonna be recompensed to you at a certain time. Remember, Yahweh Shah also said, every idle word that men shall speak, they have to have account for it.
yeah.
You get what I'm
They will
saying?
be held account for.
So you got to put that bar on your tongue and watch what you saying, man. Because even when you go into a scientific level, I'm not super knowledgeable about it, but I understand you got something that they call the quantum realm. It's a whole study, it's quantum physics and all that. So your words is actual vibrations. You know how they say sound is a vibration, right? So the words is a vibration that you putting forth that's actually making stuff happen.
Or
And then that,
even the energy, you know what
yeah,
I
the
mean?
energy,
It's an energy because energy can't be destroyed, man. It only can be moved.
Transfer.
It can only be transferred. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And even with that, man, that's just a testimony of what's going on in real life right now, man.
Yeah.
It's like we're learning to control our tongues and learning to reap what's natural and what's righteous into our bodies, man.
Yeah.
Because the energy does move. That energy can be transferred, and we're just seeing that like through little things, like oh look at this bird, man, and the bird will fly right in front of us. It'll land on our car. It will land on it right in front of us.
And that's what Yahweh Shah was trying to show us, man, to bring us back to that state. Really, like that Adam state, having that dominion, being able to control things in this realm, man. Like we didn't seen things. Like we didn't seen things like what was that, a bunny, a rabbit or something?
Yeah, that
Like
was
tell them what
right.
happened with the rabbit.
Even with the rabbit, man. Um, oh man, this is crazy. I'm at work and I'm seeing a rabbit, and the rabbit just going about his business. And I just was like, I was just, man, what if? I'm just not even a what if. It was like back in the day. back in our natural state, man, we was able to we was having dominion over these
Yeah,
animals.
you could tell
You
that.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then I said, like, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, come to me. And the rabbit literally came to me. It came up to me.
yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It was just a powerful moment, all in all.
So that's understanding, the power of life and death is in the tongue.
And knowing a rabbit, you know how scary they are. You know what I mean? You know how jumpy they are and how frightened they are. So just to see that was very powerful.
And just like what my brother said, like he said, he voiced Yahweh Shah come to me. That was an inward action that he showed. Like, that he didn't have no type of bad intentions. He didn't have no type of wickedness. His inside X for the Yahweh Shah. So that's why, the Most High was allowed him to see a sign.
Yeah.
So this is why we hit everything inside. Our inward parts is going to reflect the outside and what happens outside.
And understanding, right? It tells us all the way in Genesis that we're made in God's image.
Mm.
How was the world created? Through words. Let there be light. And now we in a realm where the sun go up and down every single day. It ain't been a day since the creation, right? That the sun ain't rose.
Has failed,
Because of the word of the Most High.
has failed to do his works and his portion. You know what I mean?
Khan, brother. That's the next verse, bro. Bring it up. Yep.
Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Khan. So, whew, this is going back to that fruit again, man. You know what I'm saying? They that love it, right? One more time, bro.
Yep. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
And even look at that, man. Look at the power of the tongue. He's trying to show you the power that you have allotted to you, man. He's trying to show you. That's why, Yahweh Shai, once again, he's trying to bring us. His thing was to bring us back to that Adamic state,
That Adam state, yeah.
that Adam state. First of all, being pure. All right, that's something I was gonna go into with the lesson I was talking about. You have to be pure. When you're
Yes.
pure and when you're clean, that's how things are gonna really shake for you. All right,
Watch it. God.
you know what I mean. So it's like being pure is how you make stuff really shake in this realm, man. Because the more pure you are, is the closer you are to the Most High.
There's nothing seen on the outside. That's all inward.
And we might as well get to that.
Even
Right?
then, man, those who have not been defiled by women, man.
Yes.
Those that have not been defiled by women, man, that purity, just having that purity, you know what I mean? The Most High can dwell and he can work with someone that's humble and that's pure enough to take heed, to take instruction. You know what I mean?
Kind. And that's understanding, like even how he said not being defiled by women, because even like because who did it say that about? It was saying that about the elect, about the 144,000. So he's showing, it says we standing on Mount Zion with Yahweh Shai. That's reflecting of the power that is going to be shared with us, man. You get what I'm saying? And even can you go to Exodus 3 real quick? And I'm gonna try to find this joint that I'm talking about. Manifestation. All right. Here you go, Romans 8, bro. Please. Yeah. Con. So let me see if it's the right song. Where is it at? I feel like it's in here. All right, yeah, it's 5. All right. Let's 4. Let's read 4 and 5, bro.
All right. Exodus chapter 3, verses 4. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, Yahweh called unto him out the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am.
Yeah, and so all right, bro. But even that, right? That Yahweh appeared to him in a bush, in the form of a bush, the burning bush, man. It's so much stuff that's deep with that, and we probably not gonna get into all of it right now. But it's like the fact that he used, like the brother was talking about with a rabbit, with the nature, certain things in
Creation.
nature, the creation, because the Most High said that He is. So His Spirit can speak to you through all things,
Can jump into
anything.
anything, man.
You get what I'm
So
saying?
that's why even then, blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, blasphemy of that Savior is such a crazy thing. You know what I mean? Believing that He did not come and is not being used by our Father. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is such a blast. It's such a abomination, man.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. 5. And he said, draw not nigh hither. Put off my shoes from off thy feet.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Go for free? No, you had six.
And he said, draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet. For the place whereon thou standest is holy ground.
All right. So what made it holy ground? It's the fact that the Most High was there. So when you're coming, that's the mentality we gotta have. When we're coming towards the Most High, we're trying to approach the Most High. Because remember, going back to Adam, Adam was able to commune with the Most High face to face. You see what I'm saying? And even I don't want to keep bouncing. Can you hold that? Go to Matthew 5 real quick, bro.
Gotcha.
But when you come into the Most High, you have to be pure, especially pure in mind. You get what I'm saying? Pure in mind. A mind that's pure is a mind that's faithful. You get what I'm saying? Because you come in as a little child, you're able to fully be open to what the Most High shows you, right? If the brother wasn't, if he didn't have the belief and he only had doubt, if he had doubt, you see what I'm saying? That situation wouldn't even have been able to manifest itself because that rabbit ain't gonna listen to me, or that bird ain't gonna listen to me, or
Exactly.
them Jones be scared. They ain't gonna. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with your mind being pure, that's you being tapped back into that God state. You see what I'm saying? Being tapped in with the Most High, where He says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, man. Or how He said, with God, with men things are impossible, but with Yahweh things, nothing is impossible.
Nothing.
All things are possible. You see what I'm saying? And that's the state that we got to be tapped back into. It's the shackles of the flesh and you being defiled with this world is adding more and more doubt. It's defiling you. It's defiling you and it's ultimately weakening you.
We can.
The closer you is to the Most High, the stronger you are. The weaker you are is the more in the flesh you're gonna have. You're not gonna have belief. Hence why you're not able to make nothing shake out here. You see what I'm saying? You can't speak life over people. You won't be able to heal nobody, right? When you look into your house shot and the apostles, what they were saying is what was happening. They tell a dead man, get up. And what happens? He get up.
He gets up, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's the power that he wants us to be tapped into. You see what I'm saying? Matthew 5. Where's it at? Oh. Let's see. Let's where is it at?
Or
Let's appear. Let's go 5 through 8, bro.
all right. This is Matthew 5:5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Yeah.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh. Adam and Eve was able to commune with the Most High in that way and be face to face with Him because they was pure.
Pure in heart.
But when they ate what of a bad fruit, which is bad knowledge, bad understanding of wickedness, you get what I'm saying? That's when they were weakened. And you also wasn't clean enough to be before the Most High. That's when you get into the laws. That's when you understand what the law is reflecting. Why Yahweh was saying, if you do this, you're unclean. And being unclean meaning you couldn't be a part of the ceremonies. You couldn't come to the temple. You couldn't come near a priest. You see what I'm saying? That's you being unclean because you was defiled with something. You had to be in that state of being clean slash pure to make stuff really shake. The closer you get to the Most High, the stronger you get. All right.
Even in the Old Testament, man, you becoming unclean mean you had to exile yourself from the congregation, from
Yup.
the people. You know
Yup.
what I mean?
It
And
goes,
that goes that's very spiritual and figurative, man, and literal for real, for real. It takes time for you to readjust yourself, man. This is a personal walk with you and our power. You know what I mean? That he can dwell with you personally and understand you, and you can understand him. You know what I mean?
Con.
Because through that exile, man, he could have stoned you. There's many times where he stoned people in the Old Testament, man. Like, listen, let his sins be on the forefront and let him pay for it as a representation for the rest of the camp. You know what I mean? But instead of that, man, it's instances where they just got exiled. Like where you kill someone, you get exiled, man. You go onto the suburbs and things like that to hide away, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, the Most High can dwell with you, man. You go into the wilderness. Most importantly, man, you
Con.
go into that wilderness.
Con. Con. Galatians 5:22,
Mm.
fruits of the spirit. Yeah, we're gonna go to that, man, because that's heavy, man.
I was about to get into that, like how we have to stay connected to that vine. In order for anything we do to completely to grow or to be ordained or to help the land or heal the land, we have to be connected to the Most High through Yahweh Shai. We have to be connected to that vine so we can breed those good branches so we can bring forth fruit.
You gotta be connected to the source, man. You gotta be connected to the source. What did it say? You still in Exodus?
Yeah.
Um, all right, yeah, let's read 13 and 14, bro.
All right. And Moses said unto Yahweh, Behold, when I come unto children of Israel, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name?
Mm-hmm.
And what shall I say unto them?
Okay, so Moses is asking, well, what's the Most High's name? Mhm.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, have sent me unto you.
Exactly. So with that, that's something a lot of like people gotta grasp that. It's a hard thing to understand, right? When they're asking a name and he's telling you, I am, he is. That's the source
It's everything.
of all. See what I'm saying? Now, let me see that. Let me see.
Uh,
You got something?
yeah, I'm just looking right here, man. This is Hosea. Um, Hosea 8 and 7. I'll start right there. It says, "For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It have no stalk; the bud shall yield no meal. If so, it be yelled, the strangers shall swallow it up." You know what I mean? So that means sowing stuff that cannot be messed with, stuff that cannot sowing fruits that sowing things that cannot be corrupted. You know what I mean?
God.
Mm-hmm.
Such as this word. You know what I mean? As you keep that in your helmet, you keep that in your forefront. It cannot be corrupted. Um,
And that's heavenly. That's laying your riches in heaven.
That starts with a righteous foundation. We have to be connected to that vine, which is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach.
Kind.
Without him, you can't do anything.
Um, let me see. All right, so I got Wisdom of Solomon 12, right? Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. It says, "For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chastenest thou them by little and little they offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord." You get what I'm saying? So really, it was really for the verse 1 saying your incorruptible spirit is in all things. So with faith and understanding, we're gonna be able to see through the basic things, the foreshadowing of the heavenly things. You get what I'm saying? Even how it said, is that Hebrews? Can you go to Hebrews 11, bro? So I can show.
this anything that is an empty vine bringing forth himself, bringing fruit inside himself.
This is idolatry. Get you out of there. All right. Con, you in 11, bro?
Yeah.
All right, Con. Verse 1, bro.
Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So you see? So faith is the evidence of things not seen. So your faith is gonna open you up to the things that you're hoping for. That's that way you can lay your eyes on it, right? With the brother calling the animal down, or you know, even situations where you can tell a dog like be quiet, stop barking, and the dog will be quiet.
Well,
You see what I'm saying? These is reflections of the dominion that you will have, bro. You get what I'm saying? It said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." That's all things under the earth, man. That's all things, and that's understanding. He also said he give us power to tread on scorpions and serpents, which is these principalities, these spirits. We're gonna have power over spirits. You see what I'm saying? That's how powerful we gonna be. That's what you have to have your mind set on, man. See what I'm saying? But let's move on. See. All right, kind. We gotta go back to Galatians. Oh, you were still in Romans, my bad.
I don't know.
Con. Where we gonna start at?
Got the suffering, not
Mm,
really compared.
let's start. We gotta go 13 going down, bro.
I like up here too.
We can do all of it, man.
All right. This is Romans 8 and 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Ruach do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
Exactly. So it's just like it, bro. But you gotta understand, if you living in the flesh, you're gonna reap death, man. Because this world is in a corruptible state. It's in a world where everything corrupts, right? Like even we got trees around us. These trees, they got long lifespans, but we all know that eventually that tree gotta die. All right. If I grow a flower, if I grow a fruit, everything in this world is subject to death. And that's including the children of men. That's including the sons of men, man. We have, it says our life is as the dust on the earth, like a shaft in the wind. It's here and then blows away. That's the scope of time that we on according to eternity, immortality. You get what I'm saying? It's temporary, but that's why, like the brother was saying, laying your treasures somewhere heavenly where it don't corrupt, it won't die. No matter how many years pass, we got heavenly things to reap. You get what I'm saying? And if you bearing with the spirit, if you dealing with the spirit, then guess what? The spirit is an eternal spirit. It been here from the beginning and the end. It already knows. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna reap life dealing with the spirit. You gonna keep going, bro.
For as many are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father.
So even that, we have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, and a part of fear is what? Doubt. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta leave all doubt because doubt is an enemy to faith, man. If you not walking in faith, if you doubting, you gotta know that the Most High is with you. You gotta understand the power that He's giving you so that you can work on it and walk fully in it. You gotta step all the way into that path.
But yeah, like if we not walking in faith, that's almost like a disrespect to the Most High. We know his greatness. He formed us in the womb. He did everything for us. He planned out this whole world. So if we having some type of doubt, like there's some type of other power that's stronger than the Most High, then that's like a slap to the face to the Father, because he can make anything happen. He can do anything. So we can't be moving in weariness and being weary. Not like we don't got the Father on our side to make anything right for us. So you can't walk in doubt and not walking in faith.
That's why He said, fear not who can kill the body, but fear who can kill the soul and the body. You get what I'm saying? The Most High's power is above anything that you can imagine. You see what I'm saying? That's who you need to fear, right? Ain't there something just said like that? Let Him be your fear.
Yep.
Um, you know what I mean? That way you can put everything in the basket with Yahweh, man. It's Isaiah 8. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Fine, sorry. Um, all right, let's see. We 13 and 14, brother.
Isaiah 8, verse 13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
See what I'm talking about? And that's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, bro. That's a real sanctuary. But your faith is what pops that bubble. That's what breaks down. I mean, not pops the bubble, but keeps the bubble strong. Your doubt is what break pops the bubble and allows certain things to happen because of your doubt. Even when the disciples was first trying to cast out demons and it wasn't working, they asked Yahweh Shah why. He said, because of your unbelief. Because of your unbelief, that's why things aren't really able to shake for you. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't have the full purity in heart, man. You get what I'm saying? Like if you have a little child, right? You could tell them to jump off the top of a damn rooftop. I'm gonna catch you.
I will catch you.
And you tell them, I'm gonna catch you. They're gonna jump. You see what I'm saying? Because they have that purity in heart, man. And that trust in you. You get what I'm saying? And we should be as them little children to the Father and have that trust in him. He delights in those who trust him.
That's representations of our Father, you know what I mean? That's
Yes.
representations, correct representations, man.
Ah.
If Yahweh tells us to jump, man, who is us to doubt it? Who is us to doubt that?
And coming into this truth itself is a jump. You know, the moves that we make, putting away things, putting away our comforts, that's a jump. That's a leap of faith in itself.
That's a leap of faith.
See what I'm saying? Oh, all right. Fine. But you want to keep bringing that up, bro?
Mhm. This is Romans 8 and 16. Continuing. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so, be that we suffer with him,
Mm-hmm.
that we may also be glorified together.
Fine. And yeah, keep going.
For I reckon not the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
The glory which shall be revealed in us. You see what I'm saying? Just going back to that Matthew with that light on the candlestick, man. That's a earnest. That's a piece of the glory. You get what I'm saying? So you want to work on that. You get what I'm saying? That's why he said, "Know you not that your body is the temple, because you got the spirit of Yahweh dwelling in you, man."
Yeah, and even with sowing, man, that like the brother said, that goes with putting away things, and man, that goes with putting away comfort. That's a part of sowing, man, because or the scripture for I reckon the sufferings of this present time, man, the sufferings of this present time that you may believe in your knowledge and in your ways, you may believe that oh, putting away the drink is a suffering, but you don't see the real uplifting that happens after that. You
Come,
know what I mean?
come.
The things that come after that.
And notice it said the glory which shall be revealed in us, man. Like, look, it's remember the light of the body is in the eye. You know what I mean? Having the whole body full of darkness, having the whole body full of light. That's what we're striving for, to have the body of light, nothing but light. But and through that process, we're purging out the impurities, bro.
Purging
That's that
ourselves.
purging. Remember, we were just going over that with in the John 15.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone that bear fruit, I'm a purge more so that it continues to bear fruit and bear more fruit. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because if you're doing a little bit with the earnest, imagine what you could do with the full totality of it.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? And we was talking about this in a past live. Like, if the faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain, imagine this much of faith or this much of faith. You
Or
get
a
what I'm saying?
jar of mustard seed. Imagine that. Yeah, imagine.
A jar of mustard seeds. Word.
Correct.
For
Remember, if
real,
we have
man.
doubt, we don't have faith, we're moving outside the spirit. You see, we're spiritual beings. We came from heaven and all that. So we gotta know that the Father is going to do everything He wants for us. When we have doubt, that's putting us on the side of man, because man doesn't know anything. Man doesn't know right from wrong. Man doesn't know. Man is very fleshly. So when we're moving in doubt, then that just shows that we're not moving in the spirit, because the spirit already knows. We was already up there with the Most High. So we have to be moving in the spirit, and that's in faith. Right?
Yes, we ask for him to do the increase.
Kind.
You know what I mean? And for our ways to be decreased, for our knowledge and our ways to be decreased, we ask for him to do the increase.
Kind.
And that comes with all that it comes with, man. That comes with everything that comes with that prayer.
Right. And that even made me think like with the walking on water, right?
Yeah.
When did Peter slip? It's when he doubted. You get what I'm saying? And that's really, see, once again, that's that manifestation. That's things coming into fruition. That was the doubt. The doubt that happened in his head,
That's
right,
what happened.
is what happened. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I be like, we be trying to stress the fact that what you have going on inside, the doubt that you have going inside is the reason why you can't see. You see what I'm saying? What is true, like what is really going on or what's possible. You get what I'm saying? Because doubt, fear, all these things, it closes your mind.
Oh
All
man.
right. When the Most High told you already that you have dominion, Yahweh Shah told you already that I give you power. You shall do greater works than these. So it's for you to just tap in. You got to tap in. You got to dig in and do that and get that work. Because if you reaping something, you're bringing the fruits to fruition, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even Moses being what he is to the Most High, man. Being what he is to the Most High, he split the Red Sea, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, imagine how them followers that was with him, they was just doubting it, and then just like that, in the blink of an eye, that belief is just unlocked onto them. That belief and faith was unlocked onto them, man.
And that's heavy, bro. That's heavy, bro. Because we know that our people was doubting the whole time
The
and
whole time.
murmuring, doubting, how we gonna do this? Oh, he brought us out here to die, this and that. When the Egyptians was still chasing us, Salaki, man. Yeah, man. Saying when the Egyptians was still chasing us, man, you get what I'm saying? We was still doubting. We thought they was about to catch up to us and kill us all, right? You see what I'm saying? We didn't know a way. How looking into this whole vast ocean, how can you see a way to get through that?
How can we escape?
You can't even think of splitting a damn ocean in half. That's something that the human mind doesn't think. But what all things are possible through God. You get what I'm saying?
Man, that's that spirit of adoption, man.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you were adopted by the Most High power, man.
You sharing that, you have a piece of that power.
You shall not have the spirit. You have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, oh, read the whole joint. That's heavy, bro.
For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear,
Mm-hmm.
but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father.
We crying for who is. We crying for who can make
Who can
anything
save
possible.
us out of this
Like,
situation?
and if you go into it, that's why I say, what's that, man? Uh, the name of the Lord. Let me see. Because in times of trouble, you gotta understand. You gotta stay with that mind of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? That should be your first. Even Sirach was saying that. Let him be the governor and ruler of your whole life. That's who you're gonna go to for everything, right? Jeremiah 17 saying, "Who cursed is he who make his flesh his arm." You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, for instance, with the Red Sea splitting, right? Men could have maybe not be all scared and stay like, oh, they're gonna kill us, but you could have tried to go swim yourself. But that wasn't the way that was destined for you to get out of the situation. So you just dig yourself into a pit. You mess around, get into the water and drown,
Yeah.
get ate. You don't know what's going on. That's why you always want to go to the most high for everything. You see what I'm saying? Oh, look at that, man. 61. Ooh, man. Read 1 through 4, bro.
And that is all things that you reaping, man. All that is that just ties back to the beginning, man. It all just ties back to what you can reap from what you're sowing, man.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You sow this belief, you sow this seed of belief, this seed of faith, man. Reap anything is reapable, man.
Mm-hmm. Can you find that real quick, bro? If you reap things in the flesh, you gonna find it. You might have to look it up.
And in the flesh,
Reap the flesh, you're gonna get the flesh. Reap the spirit, you're gonna get spiritual things. Or something like that. You can go now, bro. It's like it.
Psalm 61 of verse 1. To the chief musician upon Nigina, a psalm of David. Hear my cry, O Yahweh. Attend, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, and my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for thou hast been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever.
Mm.
I will trust in the covert of thy wings.
Woo.
So
See what I'm saying? You'll trust in the let me see real quick so I can okay. But it says, I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. What's the tabernacle? That's you being in the spirit.
mm-hmm.
Abide in the spirit. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings, man. The right hand of the Lord. Trusting that he always got you, bro. You see what I'm saying? Not doubting.
All praise to the Most High, God's chosen.
All praises, all praises.
All praise to the Spirit, man. All praise to our Father.
And even speaking about the tabernacle, because I feel like this is I ain't know
That better be a good script.
it's a good highlight,
Good
man.
script, man.
All right,
All right, but it's 6.
where was you at, bro? Oh, you in the okay? I'm slack it. All right, we'll go to that. But I'm gonna bring this out real quick, right? Going back to things being made manifest. You already read where it said the sons of God, the creature waiteth on the manifestation of the sons of God.
I don't think I even got to it yet.
Because I think that was like the last one.
That was the last one. That was Romans 8.
Yeah, real quick, and then I'll go to this.
For I reckon, this is Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Mm-hmm.
For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh.
So basically, creation as a total, as a whole, is waiting for us to be manifest into our full form. You get what I'm saying? It's like Ultra Instinct. You going through them level ups. You got your base form, and you Super Saiyan 2, all the way up until Ultra Instinct. When Goku went Ultra Instinct, he was what? Perfect. He couldn't get touched.
Cannot be touched.
You see what I'm saying? So you going to the point of going to Ultra Instinct. That's the manifestation of the power that was in you. Right. And we
It's just second nature to you, you know.
kind.
It's just second nature. You just start moving in directly in the spirit. That's when we get in that blink, that twinkling in our eye, we transform into a new body.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's gonna be a smooth transition.
That's that.
Because you was already moving like that in the flesh. And that's why Yahweh Shah is we needed Yahweh Shah, man. That's why we needed Yahweh Shah. We need him to show that it was possible to do righteous while we here, man.
Yep. He came as a physical man, like in the flesh that we have, but he lived for the spirit. He showed us that we can do the same thing in these corrupted bodies.
Kind. You mean? And now I got 1 Corinthians 3:13. It said, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide, which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. That's heavy, bro. If your work abide through the fire, man, that's deep, bro. If your work abide, first of all, even understanding
What
Dang,
the fire is.
that's deep, bro. You got
Right.
fire like the day of destruction, and then you got fire like the fire trail.
Purging, man. It's purge.
The fiery trail, the fiery trials that we go through, man. If your work can abide, if the love, the grace, the sowing, all these fruits of the spirit, now you can go to the fruits of the spirit, bro. If those things can be
Like,
sustained through the fire, you get what I'm saying? If you could get hurt, if you could get approached with a situation and you can still move in love, still move in meekness, still move in humility, that's your work abiding in the fire. There's nothing that can taint the inner. All right, nothing can taint the inner riches, the heavenly riches.
And that's that faith. Like even when things don't look good, just like when Daniel was in the lion's den, or when things wasn't looking too good, he had faith, and you see how the outcome was,
Mm-hmm. Con.
right. This is the fruit. This is
That's heavy, bro.
it is
Because he was
very
in that fire. He was in that fire,
yeah,
bro.
fire.
And that was his faith being made manifest. You see what I'm saying? It said that he didn't even smell like smoke. He didn't even smell like fire coming out of that. That was the perfection.
Not a
You see?
clothing, not a string on him was burnt. Man. Nothing was burnt, man.
Because that the same thing that protected him from the fire was already him.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That's what we be trying to say is that faith is a literal superpower.
There's power, man.
All right, we talk about spiritual gifts, bro. Faith is one of those gifts, man, and it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, the most powerful. Faith, you're protected from all these things, bro. That's what we trying to stress, man. But even before I finish this, bro, could you yeah, 19 going down, bro. Ooh, yep. 19 going down.
All right. Matthew 6, verse 19. Lay not up yourself treasures upon earth, whether moth and rust doth corrupt.
All right, hold. Is that it? Where moth and rust do corrupt?
Yeah.
All right, so boom. Lay not treasures on earth, right? Going back to the Jeremiah 17. Blessed is he. Blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. That's a spiritual rich. Um, Cursed is he that trusteth in man. You get what I'm saying? Who make it flesh his arm. If you trusting in money, if you trusting in social media followers, if you trusting even in man, period, to save you, you think, oh yeah, Trump is gonna figure it all out. You tripping. You get what I'm saying? Oh, the president got it, the government got it, Congress got it. That's your trust and faith in man. The Most High already told us about them. You get what I'm saying? We can keep going.
Even through, yeah, man, trusting men, man, just believing in these hospitals for your life, man, and they just give you some pills, man,
Mhm.
thinking that that's gonna save you from this feeling that you're feeling is a wrong spirit.
And they got treatments, but they don't got cures. You know, that's a word that's
True.
rarely used in the medical field. It's cure. It's cure. Cure is like damn near a taboo in the medical field because they know that they can't cure anything, man. They can treat it, they can nullify it, they can have it to lay dormant, right? We look at cancer, they might, they put you all that radiation and all that, and they come back.
And
It makes it worse. It comes back worse.
You see what I'm saying? Come back more rampant. That even remind me of them 7 spirits that leave and come back with 7 stronger spirits. You get what I'm saying? When a person is even being toxic, what we call them a cancer. You get what I'm saying? It's multiplying wickedness. Those are the fruits of wickedness being multiplied. Also going again to show you that the things physical is manifest of spiritual things. See what I'm saying?
Fine.
You keep going, bro.
Go back to 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven,
God.
where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Mm-hmm. So, Slacky, people could come running your house. You might got 100 bands cash laid up. Somebody run in your crib and take that. You know what I'm saying? You got
all
the
your
new.
weapons, everything that you believe that would defend you, man.
Yeah.
Anything that you believe that would defend you, man. Everything just doesn't nowhere near you. It doesn't work, man. It's just you can't rely on things that are vain, man. They
Con.
can't do nothing for you.
I
But
mean, put all the faith in the Most High. There's nothing wrong with, going to work and, trying to have stability for yourself and things like that. But you're not putting your heart in your goods, man. You're not putting your faith in your goods. You get what I'm saying? Even that, I think there's Luke 22. You know, he called that man a fool, the man who got comfort in his fruits, his physical fruits. And he said, "Thou fool, what shall you do now that your soul is required of thee?" Now that your soul is required of thee. Now, when it comes to things pertaining to the spirit, where are you at? Where's the riches in the spirit at? Where's your credit with the Most High? That's where it also goes into knowing the Most High, man. Going back, you know, and it keeps going full circle with Adam and Eve being up close and being face to face with the Most High. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Him. You feel me? Is that all, bro?
Yeah, I got a couple of
Who's it? Oh yeah, we 21. You read 21 already? Yeah, 21 heavy, bro.
All right. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Kind.
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Mm-hmm. See? Yeah, you can hold on. You want to keep going? Or
If you got something to say,
yeah. No, if you had something to explain, I didn't really.
No, I was gonna do it.
Okay, I was gonna move on, bro. From that one. All right, kind. So yeah, man. You know the things that are within, God be showed without, man. All right. So them riches that are being in the spirit, if you putting in the time and the work now to grow in wisdom, grow in knowledge, grow in understanding, that's riches that will be accounted for. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like even could you go to Isaiah 33 real quick, bro? Take that John in. Like the riches that you're working on right now, what you're putting your time and your energy towards right now is what's gonna save you and be cashed out at this time. Right? Just going back to trusting in the flesh. Like if you trusting in money, bro, and then they destroy this monetary system, what will you have to save you? You got $10 billion, but they say we don't go by dollars no more.
We don't go by American dollars. We don't do that.
Then what? You see what I'm saying? You gonna go take the chip.
can't put your trust on things that's temporary. And the things of man and his invention, that's all temporary. That's all things that's gonna come to an end real soon. You have to put the trust and faith on the things of the spirit, you know, because that's everlasting. You know, we building a kingdom that comes after man what mankind built.
Mhm.
So we have to be kingdom minded and kingdom hearted in whatever we do.
Why? People who gonna get beguiled with the mark, man. You know, the mark is gonna be to those who haven't had riches with the Most High. They don't have faith, man. They gonna close. They close the grocery stores. Oh, you can't shop unless you got this chip, or you can't buy diapers for the baby unless you got the chip. You can't go here. You can't drive no car. I mean, are you ready to sacrifice these things? You see what I'm saying? Because those riches are not gonna make it through the fire that we talking about.
And not only sacrifice it, but know that you will be blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you will be covered and comforted by the Creator. You know?
Con. Yeah. And it's like
Even this right here, man.
it's Isaiah 33. And read 5 and 6 real quick.
Isaiah 33, verse 5. The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness.
Ooh, even that heavy. He has filled them. We was talking about the fruits of your belly being filled will be filled.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's who being taken over, just like that other joint was just going into with the light of the body. You want your body to be fully with light, fully with holy things. You see what I'm saying? But if your body full of darkness, then you're gonna reap what is the ultimate darkness? You're gonna die, bro. You see what I'm saying?
It's death
Yeah.
in the soul and the
So
spirit.
verse 6 too. That's
Verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation.
See? Run that back one more time, bro.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation.
So he didn't say money gonna be the stability of times. He didn't say your underground bunker. He
No
didn't.
generator, no
Yeah.
solar power, nothing. Your garden, it's not going to be your stability. No,
Right.
it's not, man. It's
Not gonna
wisdom
do
and
nothing.
strength through the Holy Spirit.
What is knowledge? Ultimately, the Holy Spirit, man.
Yep.
You having the Spirit is what's gonna save you, not you saying self-sufficiency and we gonna go live in the middle of the woods and get us an acre. Like we thought like that at one point in time.
We
You
did.
know what I'm saying? We thought like that. Like, yeah, bro, it's gonna go down. We gotta live off grid and Like, nah, bro, the
It's not.
spirit will save you. Spirit only.
Look, even with that, man, this is Galatians 5 and 5. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. For in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love.
See, look at that. He says circumcision nor uncircumcision availeth
Availeth.
anything. All right. So it's not gonna prosper the carnal things, right? Even when we get into the law, right? A lot of people get into the truth and they still think carnal things is salvation. You still think the day that you keep the Sabbath on is what the Most High looking on to save you, or the name that you say, or however you, or with the food. Like, bro, that's not what's gonna save you. It's the spiritual riches. The Most High is a spirit. He said those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. That's how you're gonna know him. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, you turn away from the flesh, bro. You have to put away the deeds of the flesh. Mortify the deeds of the flesh, like the scripture said. Mortify it, dislike it,
Hate it.
hate it.
Or, you feel me?
You have to abhor these things. Why? Because that's showing your allegiance. That's showing what side you on. You get what I'm saying? When Yahweh Shai and the angels come, he's coming for who was on his side. You see what I'm saying? He said, who denies my name before men, while you here, I will deny before my Father in heaven, in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? So what you got going on right now is going to determine your ultimate judgment, man.
And,
Spirit that you in right now.
and that's when we compare it to this Galatians and this fruits of the Spirit. You feel me? This is Galatians 5 and 16. I'm gonna start at 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Kind.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other,
Mm-hmm.
so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Kind.
But if ye be led by the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Heavy, man. So if you loving the Most High with your whole heart and your whole soul and your whole mind, and you loving your neighbor as you love yourself, you're fulfilling the law. That's why he said these two things hang all the law and the commandments, because you have to walk. That's what it's summed up to. But the laws, the intricate laws, don't do this, don't do that, conduct with each other and stuff like that. Holy days, the Sabbath, all of these things are a reflection. This is what's gearing you towards loving the Most High and loving your brother. It's showing you how.
Because those are things of the spirit.
Mhm. All the things that's in the law, all the things Leviticus, Deuteronomy, all these things, Exodus, the whole Torah is a reflection, right? Let me see that real quick. It's a reflection of the spiritual things that we made manifest. Let me see that real quick.
A lot of times people like to cause division in the Bible, like whether the Old Testament was right or the New Testament was right. All of them hand in hand support each other because it's all talking about the spirit that we had to live by every day to this day. To this very day, we had to live by that same spirit that the whole Bible talks about
Come on,
throughout the whole book.
come on. And I'll just pull it out the phone. So we got Colossians 2:16. It says, "Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of a holy day or the new moon or of the Sabbath days, which are what? A shadow of things to come.
Mm.
But the body is of Hamashiach." You get what I'm saying?
At least you doing them words. Man.
It's a shadow of things to come. It's about where your heart or your mind is at with the Most High. Worship him in sincerity and in truth, bro. If you keep the Sabbath one day, but to you, that is your Sabbath. That's the Sabbath.
Or Sabbath.
And you're keeping it holy unto the Most High. That's what the Most High is looking for. He's not looking for if you do it on Wednesday or according to the moon or according to Friday, according to the calendar. He's not looking at that. You get what I'm saying? He's looking toward if your heart is your mind perfect towards me. You know what I mean? Or do you have a defiled conscience? Because you could set a Sabbath day for yourself and still be defiling the Sabbath.
And still defile that Sabbath.
Then it was better off you didn't keep the Sabbath.
I'm like, you know what? This ain't my Sabbath day. I'll do it. I'll push it to tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll put it. Now you
Push it to
defiled in your
tomorrow.
conscience. You see what I'm saying? Now your conscience is defiled with the Most High. Now you're getting into a spirit and moving in a way with Him that He doesn't deem as righteous. You see what I'm saying?
Moving that goalpost for you and for these laws, man.
Mhm.
Don't move that goalpost for yourselves, man.
Right. You know what I mean? But
The spirit is very attainable, man.
let me see. You can keep going where you was at,
I
bro.
tell you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Slack it, bro. Could you read
Reread.
17 one more time, bro?
Got you. Galatians 5:17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other,
Mm-hmm.
so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Exactly. You cannot do the things that you would. So things that are pertaining to dominion, power, the things that you want, right? The things that you see, the peace, humility, all these things, you're not going to be able to have it happen if you're moving in the flesh, because the flesh is going to promote fear, doubt, and wickedness, man. All of these things are going to separate you from the Most High. All right. That's why we got to stay away from being in our emotions, moving off of emotions and how we feel, because how you feel is a bodily thing. You gotta understand, emotions are literal chemicals being released in your brain, man. That's of carnal
And
things.
it's spiritual too, you know. Use a lot of emotions be straight demons, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's latch onto the flesh, and the flesh will hold on to. So
They wrath, right?
the red,
Yeah.
Man.
So
Yeah.
these are
Them
fleshly manners.
sons, man.
Yep. These is fleshly feelings, you know. When we in the spirit, we ain't gonna be all mad. We ain't gonna feel jealousy or envy. Yeah, you in the spirit, you fulfilled already. You feeling good.
Keep going.
Yeah. It says, but if ye are led by the spirit, ye are not under the law.
Mm-hmm.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness,
Lasciviousness.
lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations,
Mm-hmm.
wrath, strife, sedations, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
See, and all those things that were just named, the fruits of the flesh, they could all be broken down into separate videos in itself. Because you gotta understand, one word could fall into multiple things.
There's many plagues of men.
I mean, look, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, it's so many things that fall under
So
that.
many things.
Go out the door and see all this.
You see what I'm saying? Like so many
We're in the
things.
land of Babylon, especially, man. Babylon the Great right here, man. Yeah, that can go into a
So many things.
many.
All the things that was just named. It's things that are adultery that don't even exactly apply to the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's adultery. It's things that's witchcraft, but it's not always witchcraft. You having a damn witch pot and stirring shit up. Like, no, there's plenty things that are witchcraft.
Yes, yes.
You see what I'm saying? There's plenty workings in the flesh, man. Cause that's what I'm saying. Like Satan, the things of the kingdom of darkness can get deep. You know what I mean? Darkness has its own domino effect.
That's why the word is so simple. Because it's so simple for us to follow. It's so straightforward, you know. You know, Satan, he has so many different devices on how you can sin in all different ways, but you know, there's only one righteous way to live for the truth, you know,
Con,
through the spirit.
con. And like how you said, simple, right? Wisdom of Solomon 1:1. It says, love righteousness. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart. Think of the Lord with a good heart. And in simplicity of heart, seek him. You see what I'm saying? Because it's heavy, bro. The brother just said being simple. It's simple. The book is simple. You know what I'm saying? People tend to overcomplicate it, but it's not that complicated, man. You get what I'm saying? It's doubt and your lack of faith that stops you from being able to see. And pride, for real, for real. Pride will have you in darkness. Pride before the fall, pride before destruction. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to see if you constantly putting yourself up here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we ask the Most High to let us decrease as men, let our understanding, our words, or any of that decrease. I want to be fully a vessel for the Most High. I don't want to say nothing that He wouldn't want me saying. I don't want to do nothing He don't want me to do. Nothing. Don't think nothing that's not according to Him. Stay all the way in the spirit.
I say run to him about everything. About everything. Don't let no thought go by in your head without you talking to the Most High about it, whether it was good or bad, or casting it out, or thanking Him. Don't let nothing. However, when you step out the front door, you can't let you have to go to the Most High, pray for protection. I mean protection, and pray for wisdom. Everything. Like when you first get in the car, when you drive, pray that the drive is cool. Pray over everything, because as soon as we start straying away, that's when things can jump in. You know?
Stay in the spirit, man. And then understanding, right? Be sober and be vigilant because your adversary, the devil, is like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. You gotta understand this is a war, man.
This is a war.
Like how the brother is saying, pray and run to the Most High at every instance, bro. You gotta when they went into the mount, Yahweh Shai was like, watch and pray. Why are y'all sleeping? Pray that you enter not into temptation. Stay in the spirit.
Yeah.
Because you can get tempted just like this. You could be doing good for a week, for a month. Satan he patient in that sense.
He's waiting to recruit you as soon as the day that you fall, man.
That you lacking.
He's
You know what
waiting
I'm
to
saying?
recruit you. We're waiting to use you as a vessel to do some wickedness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just as it's like he said, it's a war, man. Both sides are recruiting, man.
Con.
Both sides are waiting to see who they can throw on that war, see who they can win this battle with. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have to constantly say armed with that spiritual protection of prayer. You know?
Yo, bro, that's heavy too, bro. Like how you said recruiting, man. Yahweh Shah said to Peter, what? He said Satan has desire to have thee, man.
His desire to have you.
Because your fruits, your talents, right? That bag that the Most High gave you. That's why I be saying, use your body as members of righteousness. You get what I'm saying? Use yourself as members of righteousness and not wicked, because you can be an instrument of wickedness, man. Like people, I be saying like every single thing, or down to the little minute personality traits, is stuff that the Most High could use for you in this kingdom, man. You get what I'm saying? Like if you could be a funny, charismatic person, that's for you to show people the light of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You could
be a soft, well-spoken person.
kind,
You know what I mean?
kind.
Very soft, but or very timid, but still very well-spoken. Know how to speak to people that are like you, man.
Look at Paul. You know what I'm saying? Paul was a Pharisee, very well educated. Very well educated. You can tell by how he writes his letters, he was a very educated. I think he knew when he was in the world like 3 languages before the spirit of tongues. You know what I'm saying? So he was a well-spoken man, articulate, educated. That was for him to be used as an asset for the kingdom. That's why Yahushua said, go the way he is a vessel to me. He's a vessel for me. Because you're just being used. See what I'm saying? See if I can find that. But you can continue it in this, bro.
All right. This is 22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Come.
And they that are, hold on, Salaki, yo. Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust.
Mm-hmm.
If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit.
See?
Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
Yeah, hold right there, bro. Even how it said, let us not be desiring of vain glory, the pride of life, lust of the eyes. We desire. What did it just say in the Romans 8? It says the sufferings now can't be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us.
through our
Let the
Father.
Most High exalt you in due time. In due time, the Most High will exalt you. It's not for you to be exalting yourself right now and saying, I'm bull, I'm him. You see what I mean?
Part of that faith. You have to know that he will exalt you. You have to know that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, even when it get dark, because it will get dark. But he also said
That's
that he will exalt you.
And that's the beauty of this walk, and that's the beauty of this book and this faith, man. The fact that there is a light at the end of that tunnel, man. That you will be exalted
And yeah,
through obedience.
it's heavy because he didn't tell us for no reason. All scripture is profitable, man. For instruction, reproof, and all these things, right? So he's not telling us y'all are gonna rule the nations. He's not telling us y'all are gonna possess the Gentiles for no reason. Faith is the hope for things not seen. We in subjugation right now, but having it in our head, like, yo, one day we will be on top. One day we are gonna rule this earth. One day we are gonna have a spiritual body to where we won't ever even think to sin no more. To where
No
physical
more
things
oppression.
can't even hurt us.
No more oppression.
I mean, hope on that glory. That's what's gonna propel your faith. Hope on that glory. Don't try to boast yourself up right now, because that's ultimately what's going to destroy you. You see what I'm saying? He said, he who humbles himself will be exalted, and he who exalts himself shall be abased or humbled. He's gonna humble you. If you're trying to exalt yourself right now, moving in pride right now, and people do it more than they even think, man. A lot of things. We were just talking about emotions. A lot of that, a lot of these emotions and the actions that come from it is from that sin that's within you.
It's
Going
nothing to be proud of.
you put that on put this phone on what's it called? Low power.
Well,
And then got the drum.
well, dang.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, you trying?
No.
Oh, I forgot.
It was 16, but
But yeah, there's nothing to be proud of. The flesh, when people moving in pride, it's all face. It's all false. It's vanity because there's nothing to be proud of in this flesh at all. It wants to sin. It's at a fallen state. To fallen state, there's nothing to be proud of. So when you moving in pride, that's going to lead to your destruction because the flesh is bound for destruction.
What were we just reading? You know what I'm saying? It was something on par with what you were saying, bro. You know what I mean?
the flesh is bound to destruction, man.
Yeah. And
Anything that goes after this flesh is going to lead ultimately to your demise. You know what I mean? Purge your flesh in all ways, man.
all right. And I got Romans 6 and I'm starting 11. Romans 6 and 11, it says, likewise, reckon ye also yourselves to be dead indeed unto sin, but alive unto Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai Hamashiach our Lord, through him. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof. Right? What we just saw, what was the fruits and the lusts and affections of the flesh. So don't let those things reign in your mortal body. All right. Meaning that the war is going on in here, man. In here. You see what I'm saying? That spirit in the flesh. You mean? The war going on in here. So you're fighting that war internally. And you want that spiritual man, inner man, to be stronger. All right. And that's how it's gonna be for the elect. When the day comes, the spiritual man is gonna be stronger than the fleshly man. All right. Yahushua stomped all over his fleshly man, stomped all over the carnal man. He was completely spiritual all the time, right? That's why I said in the prophecy leading up to him that he will not judge off of his eyes or his ears, but off of the spirit. That's how he's gonna judge. That's how he's gonna move. You feel me? But it says, what do you say? Con 13 says, neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin, but yield yourselves unto God as those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto Yahweh. Man. So your members, your instruments, man. You yourself being an instrument. Use the talents and the gift bag that the Most High
The
gave you.
position that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Even the position you're in. It don't take nothing to shed some light, man. People are in high, powerful positions, man. And they just still full of wickedness, man. You are a member, man. You're still a member of this church, man. You are able and capable of spreading some word and spreading some light in any way, man.
And even how you said your position, bro. And like you said, like um, people be having positions, but they spread wickedness. I mean, and yeah, and that's crazy.
With the
'Cause-
Pharisees, they led the they led the lynching of Christ.
Mhm.
They had high positions in order to lead that. But
Yeah. And your members or your talents, the things you don't want to use them things the Most High gave you for bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, for instance, you got good looks as a man or a woman, right? You using that to be a damn whoremonger. You see what I'm saying? When you could be using that in a way which is fruitful, right? Remember, it said David was comely to look on. I'm pretty sure in real life that played out um in a way that was beneficial to the kingdom. You get what I'm saying? Him being strong, a valiant, mighty man. That's what's beneficial to the kingdom. He used that as an instrument to the Most High. You know what I mean? Going back to, personality, you being funny, this or that, you have a warming personality. All these things is for you to be an ambassador to the kingdom, bring people in. You get what I'm saying? But like you were saying, your positions that we put in, man. A lot of people got millions of followers, millions of dollars, influence, man.
Influence.
And they using it for wicked, bro. These people got stages of thousands of people. These people got big platforms and they spread all things to destroy the people, bro. But meanwhile, the righteous, we in our little job trying to spread the word to little people. That's that we
Trying to
coming
give
across.
charity to
Yeah.
what we have.
With what we have. We ain't rich, but we willing to give that last dollar for the benefit of the kingdom, for through our faith, through the spirit of charity. You get what I'm saying? We don't have a million followers, but for the subscribers and followers that we have, we're trying to preach this word. We're not gonna use it to promote foolishness. You mean we gonna do what we can in our position to be ambassadors for the kingdom. That's it. That's all. You see what I'm saying?
y'all should do the same thing. We all got the same spirit. The Holy Spirit flowing through all the elect. It's flowing through y'all that's watching y'all and watching us. It's flowing through. We all gotta sing the same song.
God,
The same.
before the throne.
Or-
And remember that you're singing a song before the throne. So remember that the eyes of the Lord are upon you, bro. When you by yourself, when you're in front of people, that's going back to the hypocrisy of the Pharisees. Always wanting to be seen before men. You see what I'm saying? That righteousness, that form of godliness, but denying the power. You see what I'm saying? Not stop worrying about what people can see. Think about the fact that the Most High can see you more than any man can see you. He see you when you going into your bedroom and what you doing in the dark. He sees you what you do with your by yourself. He sees that. Move accordingly to that. See what I'm saying? 14 says, "For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Then shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness." All right. So if you're walking in the flesh and you just succumb to whatever your flesh tells you or your emotions tell you, then you're a servant of the devil. You work for Satan. But if you are, trying with the spirit and letting the spirit work with you,
Let them convict you.
let
man.
that, yeah. You mean?
Let that spirit tell you right from wrong, man.
Don't grieve the Holy Spirit, man. Despise not the chastening of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? By which you are saved. You see what I'm saying? So it says you're either a servant of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. The spirit is telling you things that you need to be obedient to. And the thing is, with having the spirit, you're gonna have a natural incline to the things of righteousness. Remember, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. When the flesh sins, because remember, the flesh already dead, man. When you're alive in Hamashiach. So when the flesh sins, the flesh is just doing what the flesh gonna do. You have to rely on the inner man's incline to do righteousness, what he wants to do. You get what I'm saying? When you got that thought, like, damn, I gotta get in the word. You know what I'm saying? The flesh is gonna have you to, instead of going to the Bible app, you're gonna go to Instagram. You're gonna go on TikTok. That's the manifestation of flesh, because the flesh weak, but the spirit gotta be stronger than that. You see what I'm saying?
God,
Uh kind that's that right there.
I have
That's
just a
something.
rap. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go Galatians 6:3. Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things.
Mhm.
Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall reap of shall wait to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting.
Con, 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 man. Hey, you want to finish up? Finish up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap.
In due season, bro.
Yeah, hold on, like
We gonna reap. So
hold
just
on, like we going to do it. We going to do it. Don't be all dismayed about how I look out here. Like you mean, just have that spirit of long suffering. That's the spirit of the fruit of the spirit. You know, the long suffering. You know?
the only thing you should be doing is, sowing the things of righteousness, man. Sowing the things of righteousness. Make sure we putting in the righteousness into ourselves, man. So that read
And
read
say
it
you
one
reap.
more time,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, okay.
Salaki.
For he that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption,
Mhm.
but he that soweth to the spirit shall the spirit reap life everlasting.
Exactly. Like come on, man. If you sowing into like this word, sow this word into yourself, man. Have this word written on your heart. This is what these things is gonna, seek wisdom, seek knowledge, seek understanding, seek love, seek charity, seek the fruits of the spirit, so that those things can be reaped in due time, bro.
Ah.
You see?
And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity,
Mm,
let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Con, con. And I'm gonna read this last John and then we out. Man. Uh, so back in First Corinthians 3, um, 14. So it says, if any man's work abide which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the fool, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. All right. And that, I think we might be good with that. I mean, we really got, and one more, Slacky, and it's we give it all up.
Nothing else.
And we got back in Wisdom of Solomon 1, and it says, I'm gonna just read it from the top again. It says, "Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him." And even that, outside of simplicity of heart and a good heart, think of the Lord. That's heavy in itself. Think of the Lord. Just acknowledging his existence will prevent a lot of things, man. Saying, "For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him." So those who have faith is who he show himself to. Going back into the pure in heart shall see God.
So beautiful. How magnificent, man.
For froward thoughts separate from Yahweh, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin. Right? And we just went over that in Romans. Whose servant you are. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. All right. For wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For Yahweh is witness of his reigns and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of his tongue. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth knowledge of all things has knowledge of the voice. All right. And that'll be all, man.
Wow.
All praises to the Most High. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High.
Hallelujah.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And we want to thank y'all for watching. Hopefully that was edifying to everybody who watched. Make sure y'all staying prayed up, staying in the spirit, man. Shalom.
Shalom.